Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. Carl Jung. There comes a moment when you just know something within you has shifted. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it's undeniable. A quiet strength begins to rise from somewhere deep inside, as if life is subtly preparing you for a chapter that will not just challenge you, but transform you. Carl Jung believed that the most powerful stage of life begins not when you chase society's expectations, but when you step away from the noise and turn toward the truth that's been living within you all along. It's in that moment you start realizing that the battles you've fought, the disappointments you've endured, and the doubts you've carried were never meant to break you. They were shaping you into someone who could stand in their own light. This is not about sudden success or external validation. It's about a deep internal alignment where your actions, values, and purpose finally meet. And if lately you've felt more drawn to solitude, more willing to let go of what no longer serves you, and more determined to live with intention rather than impulse, you may be standing at the threshold of your most powerful era yet. Today we're going to explore the real signs that this transformation is already unfolding, and how to embrace it fully so you can step into this new chapter with clarity, strength, and purpose. If personal growth, self-awareness, and unlocking your true potential resonate with you, make sure to subscribe, because here we don't just talk about life, we dive into the depth of it. One of the clearest signs that you're entering the most powerful chapter of your life isn't found in loud external changes. It's felt quietly, deep within. You begin to sense a growing detachment from the constant noise of social expectations. Parties, trends, and the endless race to prove your worth to others lose their hold on you. You no longer feel the need to be everywhere or to seek validation from everyone. This isn't isolation, it's liberation. Carl Jung described this stage as the path toward individuation, the lifelong process of becoming your true self by integrating both the conscious and unconscious prosperous of your mind. It's when you stop performing for the world and start living in alignment with who you really are. Along this path, another transformation begins, a willingness to confront your shadow, the darker, hidden aspects of your personality that you once denied or avoided. Instead of fearing them, you turn toward them with curiosity, understanding that real growth comes from making peace with what you've buried inside. Jung believed this confrontation was not optional, but essential. Without it, you remain fragmented, pulled apart by contradictions you refuse to acknowledge. With it, you gain wholeness, clarity, and a deeper connection to your own humanity. As this inner work deepens, your definition of success begins to change. No longer is it measured by status, possessions, or public recognition. Instead, it becomes about inner peace, personal freedom, and living in harmony with your core values. You start making choices not to impress, but to align with what feels true. And with that alignment comes a newfound calm in decision-making. You stop rushing into actions driven by impulse or anxiety, and instead, you give yourself space to reflect. You weigh not just the outcome, but the intention behind your choices. This quiet confidence becomes a defining feature of your life, a sign that you're no longer living reactively, but intentionally. These inner shifts are not loud or dramatic. They don't announce themselves with fanfare. But over time, they transform you into someone more centered, more authentic, and far more powerful than the person you once were. In this stage, the shifts in your outer world are as profound as the changes quietly unfolding within you. You begin to notice that your social circles, once filled with countless names and faces, are slowly becoming smaller, but what remains is infinitely richer. The gatherings you attend are no longer about being seen, they're about truly seen and being seen, about conversations that linger in your mind for days and silences that feel more intimate than noise. You are drawn to connections that feel alive beneath the surface, to people who don't require you to wear a mask, that relationships that have no need for performance or pretense. It is here that Carl Jung's distinction between authentic connections and persona-based interactions becomes vividly real. You start to recognize how many bonds in your past were sustained not by truth, but by habit, expectation, or social convenience. Now the energy you once spent maintaining these shallow ties is redirected toward nurturing fewer but deeper relationships that reflect the person you are becoming rather than the role you used to play. This process inevitably calls for release, a conscious letting go of what no longer serves you. At first, it feels unsettling, as if parts of your identity are being stripped away. But soon you understand. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding the parts that were never truly yours. This could mean walking away from a friendship that subtly undermines your growth, breaking a habit that once brought comfort but now feels like a cage, or releasing an ambition you chased for years only to realize it was never truly your dream. Jung would describe this as the beginning of transformation, the quiet, almost imperceptible moment when the unnecessary starts to fall away, revealing a truer version of yourself. And with this shedding comes an unexpected hunger, a deep attraction to learning and spiritual growth. Books, ideas, philosophies, and conversations that once seemed abstract now feel like lifelines to a more expansive way of being. You find yourself asking bigger questions, not to find quick answers, but to sit with the mystery they contain. And perhaps the most telling sign of all is your growing comfort with ambiguity. Where you once feared uncertainty, now you see it as an open field, a place where the future is not fixed, but alive with possibility. You begin to understand that the unknown is not a void to be filled, but a canvas to be painted. Life no longer has to provide clear instructions. Instead, you trust that its lack of clarity is not a flaw, but an invitation. In this trust, there is freedom, the kind that allows you to move forward not because you know exactly where you are going, but because you are finally unafraid of not knowing. And as you step into this openness, you sense with quiet certainty that you are not simply entering a new chapter, you are stepping into the best stage of your life. In the end, we arrive at a truth that often slips quietly into our lives without grand announcements. The most powerful chapter of your life doesn't come with noise and fireworks, but with the subtle, steady unfolding of your own becoming. It's not in the rush of events, but in the slow and deliberate way you begin to grow into yourself, letting go of what no longer serves you and allowing space for what truly matters. This is not about abandoning everything overnight, but about recognizing, with quiet courage, the relationships, habits, and even dreams that once defined you, but now feel misaligned with the person you are becoming. As Carl Jung wisely said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. These words hold a mirror to the journey we all face, the realization that the patterns shaping our lives are often invisible until we choose to look inward. And when we do, we find that the most profound transformations are not loud revolutions, but gentle shifts in perception, where clarity replaces confusion and purpose replaces aimlessness. If you've noticed these signs in your own life, it is not by accident. It means life is inviting you into a deeper stage, one where your inner strength, wisdom, and self-awareness will quietly begin to shape your destiny. This stage doesn't demand haste. It asks for patience, presence, and the willingness to live fully in each moment, trusting that the right people, opportunities, and insights will arrive in their own time. Don't rush it. Let it unfold like a book you savor slowly, page by page, knowing that every chapter has its place. And if this journey resonates with you, and you wish to keep exploring the timeless wisdom of Carl Jung and the ways it can illuminate your own path, subscribe and join us